welcome, and thank you for coming to the possibly first annual SLR Acoustic Christmas Show with the Logans. When anyone asks us what songs we know, Dorothy likes to say she doesn't know any songs that I haven't taught her. But this is not true. She knows and has known all these Christmas songs and has been looking for an opportunity to perform them for years. I guess these are kind of like her birthday songs. She was born on Christmas Day, but for some reason, in spite of this, or maybe because of this, the Christmas season is her favorite. And these songs are really important to her, so that's why we are here this evening. This show is my birthday gift to her. It also seems like it almost seems like a Christmas gift too, but I'm not going to try to get away with that again. So, and you being here is like the December birthday party she's never had. So thank you for making this a special occasion for my wife. And if you've ever seen us perform before, you know I don't usually do this much talking. So I'll turn it over to her now.
Thank you, hon. I have the absolute best husband in the whole wide world.
No, you don't. No.
Did you know that Christmas songs are very difficult to play on the guitar? I mean, and so, yeah, they are. They're some of the most difficult.
I keep telling her that.
At least he keeps telling you that. I have no idea. But not only did he just learn these songs in just a few short weeks to play them on the guitar, like he said, I know all these songs. I had a very little work to do on the music side this time around, but he not only learned to play them, he arranged them for guitar. And if you are a music person, you might notice some of the effects that he's done to bring these songs to life on the guitar. So he is just amazing. Plus, I did get him to talk tonight, and he's going to actually talk a little bit more later as well. And he's almost wearing a costume with me too. So, and really, this is and I do thank you all for coming, because this really is all about me. But why the costumes and a Christmas show? Not only do we live in a time where everything is commercialized, but those with families are working harder and longer to make ends meet. That Social Security check does not go as far as it used to, either. And it's difficult to try to recapture the magic of Christmas for children who are mesmerized by one technological marvel after another, but only for a very brief moment. Maybe we just want to recapture that Christmas joy for ourselves. We don't know how to bottle up the feelings we remember from watching Miracle on 34th Street, It's a Wonderful Life, or my favorite, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. We want to bottle up those feelings, the way our heart melted when the main characters finally understood the meaning of life, or how important relationships are. We want to bottle up that feeling of Christmas we get when the air gets crisp and the decorations come out and we feel like children again. We want to bottle up that nostalgia that makes us smile and greet perfect strangers on the street. And then we want to gift it to our children and grandchildren, but we find it more and more difficult to do so. Yes, I say I don't know any songs Randy has not taught me, but yes, I know all these songs and more. We have to save some for next year. But I can't be the only one who loves listening to and singing the seasonal classics. I think it's this music that captures the feelings we're trying to recapture so well. The chord progressions, the melodies, the chimes. These songs are still being played by orchestras and bands in their seasonal concerts. And I think because of the strong association of music with memory, it is these songs that really we identify with that feeling of Christmas. These songs not only tell a story we want to pass on in hopes that those who come after us will understand us, but they evoke memories, real memories, of how we enjoyed life, a much simpler life, in a world that seems so very far away now. So, we call this show an acoustic Christmas to emphasize the simplicity of those simpler times and the authenticity of real life relationships. Instead of friends or followers we might have on social media, where everything you see and hear is filtered, doctored, and misrepresented, where you see just the best, or just the worst, or just whatever the person posting wants you to see. We play acoustic instruments, near Victorian acoustic instruments, and we dress up in near Victorian or Victorian adjacent garb, not because we're going to take you back to the Victorian era, because for me, it's all about me. For me, it's reminiscent of the carolers on the street corners who brought cheer to the shoppers and the shopkeepers before the advent of PA systems and canned music. And it's also reminiscent of Christmas parties in the parlors and homes of family and friends when we all used to live in the same city, and that was all the Christmas entertainment they had. Our hope is that tonight we will be able to take you on a journey where you can, for a brief while at least, escape the dark landscape of this world, often punctuated only by fluorescent lighting and that commercialization I talked about, and yes, recapture the magic of Christmases past, of simpler times now gone. So now, let us take you on that sentimental journey. Yes, we're gonna sing that song, and as we sing the song, use the time to consciously leave your troubles behind. And when we get to the end of the song, consider this reality suspended and take the opportunity to just lean in to your imagination, lean in to the nostalgia evoked by the music, and lean in to those memories. Enjoy the ride through Christmas with us.
Heaven.
start with the Christmas spirit tonight. What is the Christmas spirit? Is it church bells and Christmas hymns? Is it that Christmas Eve church service? Is it the even more ancient traditions Christianity co-opted? The Christmas tree, Yuletide carols, mistletoe? Is it the sweet treats? Is it Santa and his reindeer, all the presents and gift giving? Or is it the parties, or the shows, the lights, jingle bells? And what is it exactly about the cold and snow that gets us in the mood? There's also words that evoke visceral memories and emotions within us inexplicably, like the word gay when it meant festive, not just happy, festive and decorated and fun. I think the Christmas spirit is all of it jumbled up. And I know there are debates, especially in Christian circles, about what should be celebrated and how. But we're celebrating my birthday. So, I like all the celebrations. I love gift giving and party throwing, and the few short weeks where we can talk about Jesus, and it's socially acceptable to, and no matter who you are or who you're talking to or where you are. But I also love the cold. We're going to get into that later too. I love remembering building snow forts and snowmen and sledding and ice skating. And yes, I still love imagining sleigh rides in the snow, even if it takes turning your AC to max and rolling down your windows and driving really fast. And I do love the lights and all the festivities, and did I mention I love throwing parties. Now that I'm not in church leadership, I don't care if the Yule traditions and the idea of magic get thrown in there, because it reminds me of the imagination, same root word, of children before it is educated out of them. And that reminds me of the innocence of youth. And that lets me escape the dark adult world of politics that I've been involved in for my entire adult life. And I can instead imagine a bright time, have a light heart, and I have joy that is not forced, but flows naturally from my light heart to my face, and then through my smile to everyone else out there. So yes, we are going to be singing about all of it, because all of it, jumbled all together, can capture the Christmas spirit. We're going to be singing about silver bells and bells ringing on every street corner, which are all referring to church bells. And we're going to sing about the message of peace and goodwill toward our fellow man. I mean, even if we have very little goodwill to spare, we somehow find enough this time of year for even the most difficult interactions. But we are also going to be singing about Yuletide, that more ancient tradition I was talking about. And about snow, even though we are in Florida and snow is in scarce supply. Now, I like to order the songs in a way that tells a story. So you don't have to listen to what I say between there if you want to follow the thread of your own story through these songs. But I will be talking between most of the songs. And so if you can't follow or make up your own story out of the songs, just listen to mine. Lean into my story here tonight. Because one thing that's hard to deny, when it all comes together like this, especially after a chilly week here in Florida, it really is the most wonderful time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the everyone thinks this is the most wonderful time of the year. Not everyone thinks it's the happiest season of all.
Did you
yeah.
have somebody in mind?
Yeah, like him. I've been living with one of these people who does not think this is the most wonderful time of the year for quite some time now.
Well, I think I come by it honestly, if I explain.
Well, then explain.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm from South Florida. 60 years in South Florida. No snow, no snowball.
Heat and humidity do not scream
No
Christmas.
sledding.
No sledding.
Santa drove a Cadillac convertible.
Anything else?
Oh, there's more.
Why?
It gets worse.
It does.
I worked at the post office delivering mail for 32 years at Christmas time. There was so much stress to get the packages out and make it to rehearsal, because I always had something at a church, playing music. So Christmas Eve was the worst.
I'd be calling him every 10 minutes. Where are you on your route? When do you think you're going to be back? Are you going to be back in time? You better be back in time. If you can't be back in time, you've got to quit your job. You got to be back in time. We're in charge of the service tonight.
And I said, if you keep calling me, if you stop calling me, I'll be back earlier. It was the first time I had 2 ocular migraines in one day.
And I think I gave him shingles too. But not everyone finds this the most wonderful time of the year for whatever reason. There's lots of reasons why people might not find this the most wonderful time of the year. But when I encounter those people, I think of it as a joy emergency, and the solution isn't less Christmas, it's more Christmas. And so we need a little Christmas right now. Haul out the holly, put up the tree before my spirit falls again. Fill up the stocking, I may be rushing things, but let the halls again now. For we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinning ends. We need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single third, but Santa dear, we're in a hurry. Down the chimney, turn on the brightest string of lights I've ever seen. Slice on the fruitcake, it's time we hung some tinsel on that evergreen bough. Oh, I roll a little over, roll a little over, roll a little sadder, roll a little over, and I need a little angel sitting on my shoulder. I need a little Christmas now, for we need a little music, need a little laughter, need a little singing, raining through the rafters, and we need a little stocking, happy ever after. We need a little Christmas now. That song, though, isn't it really just deck the halls on coffee or an energy drink, right? It's like it's talking about all the things we do to deck the halls. And so, yes, someone mentioned you look like one of those carolers, and I talk about Dickens, and that's exactly why I want to wear this dress. This is exactly why. Because but also, when I think about caroling, have you ever seen the image of what is it called, clip art image of the carolers with their big books open, and then across, what does it say across the fa la la? You're supposed to know they're singing because fa la la across the top. So not only do I associate this dress with caroling, but that song, Deck the Halls. And so I just sang Deck the Halls on coffee, but now we're going to invite the rest of you to be carolers too, and even if you can't sing. The words are on the insert in your program, and I know the light is low and the font is small, but you all at least know the fa-la-las, right? All right. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Follow me in merry measure, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure, fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. You, give yourself a hand. Thank you for caroling with us tonight. Now, I know it's getting a bit ridiculous in October, all the way in August, maybe they're decorating for Halloween, and then at the same time, it seems like the Christmas decorations coming out. But it is the most wonderful time of the year, so when we have a joy emergency, just look around. It's beginning to look like Christmas everywhere you go. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10, listening once again with candy canes and silver lanes of gold. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Bonnie and Ben. Dolls that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school this hard again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. The sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will song, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Bonnie and Ben. Dolls that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will song, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. The bells that song talks about are church bells, like I mentioned earlier. These were associated with not just a time of year, but good feelings. They're associated with goodwill of men and all that. I think there's a reason people like the sound of chimes and resonating bells at Christmas time. They evoke the message not just of joy, but of peace and of hope. The bells in the next song are on every street corner because there was a different kind of church on every block. I went to college in a town, 400-year-old town, that had churches that were also 400 years old, whether they be the Roman Catholic Church, the Lutheran Church, the Methodist Church, Presbyterian Church. I think there was also maybe an Episcopalian church, a Baptist church, which were also all 400 years old. So, I mean, we're not talking about the newer denominations, certainly, maybe, but you could not go down a street without a church on every corner. It just was the way it was. In fact, I was a professor at a city university, an open city university, and there was a church right in the middle of the university campus, and this time of year, leading up to Christmas, they would play their bells, and they would play the carols, the Christmas hymns on their church bells everywhere, for that time. And so we are going to talk about, we're going to sing about these silver bells, but that's what they're talking about, the bells on every street corner. And so we associate them with snow and cold and Christmas and all that. But it is the carol that you sing in your own heart that brings those feelings into you, and it helps you recapture that Christmas spirit.
Silver bells, silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them sing, soon it will be Christmas Day. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile, and on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them sing, soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of street lights, even stoplights, light up bright red and green, as the shoppers rush home with the treasure. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids punch. This is Santa's big scene, and above all this was so you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them sing, soon it will be Christmas Day. Silver bells, silver bells, silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them sing, soon it will be Christmas Day. Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Now, we are kind of leading into my memories, and the whole snow and stuff, that's where I come from. We're moving into a chill is in the air now. Now, we are in Florida. It's not a lot of chill in Florida, but there's a lot of fun songs that go along with Florida. But my entire adult life, his entire life, but since I've been in Florida, I've spent every single one of my adult Christmases in Florida. So every single year, you can better believe it, I am still dreaming of a white Christmas.
Just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. With every Christmas card I write, may your days be merry and bright, and may all Christmases be white.
But we don't have a white Christmas because we're still in Florida. So, for this next song, lean into that imagination a little bit. We're going to leave Florida behind and go on a sleigh ride.
Just jingle sleigh bells and ring ting ting ring ting. Come on, it's lovely weather, so sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather, so sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in a wonderland of snow. Giddy up, it's grand. Just holding your hand. We're gliding along with the song of the wintry fairy. Our cheers are nice and rosy and comfy, 'cause we are
these wonderful things are the things we remember all through our lives. Just hear them sing and sing them, ring, ting, tingling, ting. Come on, it's lovely when the first day we're together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely when the first day we're together with you. Giddy up, let's go. Let's get to the show. We're out in the wonderland now, let's go. Giddy up, it's grand. Just hold your hand. We're running along with the song of a wintry fairyland. Our cheeks are nice and rosy, and comfy, cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like two birds of a feather would be. Let's take the road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely when the boys stay right together with you. Come on, it's lovely when the boys stay right together with you. That is my favorite song, although I'll say that a couple more times tonight. But that really is my favorite song for a number of reasons. First of all, there's a birthday party in it, right? And so, of course, it's my birthday party always. And but also there's a show in it, and I get my own show. I mean, I know they're talking about the light show or even the snow show, right? The snow and ice. You have the moonlight and the shining on the icicles on the tree and the snow, and that's a show in and of itself. But again, I have my own show now. Show, birthday party, it's my favorite song. But if you didn't notice, also a lot of these seasonal classics are love songs, right? They're snuggled up together. They're nice and cozy. But we don't have snow, so we have to stay away from Florida a little bit longer because if we can't go on a sleigh ride, another romantic thing to do in the snow is go walking in that winter wonderland. Beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend that he is Parson Brown. Say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's a circus clown. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the other kids knock him down. Later on, though your silly nose gets a chilling, we'll frolic and play the Eskimo way, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland. Snowmen. We love the snowmen and the sledding and stuff, but there's another famous song about a famous snowman. Does anyone know who that famous snowman is?
Oh,
Frosty.
Oh no.
You don't like?
I can't stand that guy.
Why not?
Well, first of all, I got my hat first, so he goes out, he gets a hat. It's like twice as tall as mine. Not to mention that, nice enough to let him stay in our house. I wake up last night, middle of the night, my pillow's missing.
The snowman, honey, is not a pillow man. Snowman. Use your imagination.
Well, I do have questions. You know, sometimes you don't like things you don't understand. So, I watched the documentary, Frosty the Snowman.
The cartoon. The cartoon.
It was illustrated. So I have a question about how he moves, because is he like sliding? Is he on a sled, or is the bottom snowball rolling? How does he get around?
I think he's hopping around because
Why?
the documentary, if you had listened to the soundtrack, I think the answer was there. I think the answer is in the documentary, in the soundtrack of the documentary, and I think he's hopping everywhere. Thumpity, thump thump.
I thought that was like the little drummer boy, but
Rumpa pum pum. It's not the same.
snow
thing.
language.
It's no. Thumpity thump thump. I think he's jumping, hopping around.
Okay.
Anyway, it was an instant classic when it came out, that documentary. So let's sing about the magic of Christmas, or the magic of the season, found in Frosty the Snowman. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose, and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say, and it's made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. But you know, it's the children that believe in that magic, because the magic only exists as long as you believe in it, and it doesn't last forever. I think that's why some of us want to recapture our childhood, to recapture the magic of the season. But magic doesn't last forever. Even Frosty knew that. Anything can put an end to it, even a hot sun. Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away.
I like that part.
Down to the village with a broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. He led them down the streets of town, right to the traffic cop, and he only paused a moment when he heard him holler, stop. Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Frosty the Snowman fun song. You know, all these chill in the air songs, you wouldn't have them if there wasn't snow. You wouldn't have sleigh rides without snow. You wouldn't have snowmen without snow. You wouldn't have sleigh rides you wouldn't have jingle bells without the sleigh rides. You wouldn't have the sleigh rides without the snow. So you wouldn't have the jingle bells without the snow. However, I think even Jingle Bells made it to Florida even though there was doesn't snow there, does it?
Okay.
South Florida never snows.
January 19th, 1977. Maybe some of you were there. I know you were around. So, you remember that? Anybody? Snow in Miami, front page? No?
But not enough snow for sled rides. Could you even make a snowball?
Yeah, it was, you just kind of, okay, it might have been spider eggs. I'm not sure. But yeah. It snowed though.
It snowed, but even so, the idea of Jingle Bells somehow made it into the Christmas spirit down in South Florida. Somehow. Yeah, so we have one more fun song, one more song with Jingle Bells, and I've been leading all the songs, but this one, he has the melody on, so if you're looking for it, listen to for his voice this time. And but this song has it all, right? It's got parties and sleigh rides and dancing and a bright time and a fun time and all that, so let's have some fun.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing the bushes of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air. What a right time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go a-riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle and a jingle and me, that's the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing the bushes of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go a-riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, kick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle and a jingle and me, that's the Jingle Bell. That's the Jingle Bell, that's the Jingle Bell Rock.
Are you having fun yet? Are you having fun yet?
Yeah.
Having fun is new for Randy, for both of us actually, but him more so, because he's had me around. But we've been leaning into my memories, right? My nostalgia. He lived his entire life in South Florida until essentially 2 years ago. His first cold Christmas ever was last year when it got below 30, got below freezing at 30 degrees on Christmas Day. He hates the cold. My dad visited us, and I let him turn on the heat, but only because my dad visited us. We never turned the heat on in our place. But, so we've been leaning into my memories. How many of you were like Randy? You lived your whole life in Florida. No one, right? So, how many of you live somewhere up north where there's snow? See, there you go. So, we've been leaning into that. I hate the heat. He hates the cold. home for Christmas. I'm going home for Christmas. I would never think of a place as home. I cannot be home anywhere he is not. So even though I dream of a white Christmas every single year, it's not going to happen, right? So because there's nowhere else I would rather be than home with him for Christmas, because being home is being with those you love. That song was actually written for those who knew they would not be home for Christmas that year, from the perspective of a World War II soldier stationed overseas. And there are plenty of people today who will not be home for Christmas this year. They might be stationed overseas like that soldier. They might be stationed overseas for business or work. They might be a prisoner of war. They might be a hostage. They might simply not be able to be with those they love because the ones they love have passed and they just can't be with them physically this year. But I think there's a great message in that song. A couple of things. One is you can be at home for Christmas as long as you're with the ones you love. It is about being with the ones you love, not about being in a place where your memories took place. It's about being with the family that you love, the people that you love. But there's a second lesson in that. Even if you can't be there physically, you can still be with those people in your dreams, in your hearts, in your minds, in your imagination. But even if they've gone, even if they've passed, you can be with them in your memories. And so I think there's a lot of lessons that can be learned from these songs. And I think that, this feeling of Christmas that we've been talking about, I think it's kept alive by events like this one that keep the songs alive, that keep the stories alive. And they kind of just keep swirling around out there. And I think we can also, this idea of simplicity and authenticity, we can keep that alive as well. The season should be celebrated. And I think that as we engage in our traditions and tell those stories, we are keeping that spirit of Christmas alive for those who will come after us. But one of the traditions that we often sing about and may not quite understand why anymore is that of the chestnut. Now, Randy's a researcher, and he did some deep diving into chestnuts. These are not American chestnuts, by the way. The chestnuts that you might get today cost a lot of money, right? And they are usually not American chestnuts. But Randy, I'm going to hand it over to him. Told you he'd be talking again. I'm going to hand it over to him and let him tell you why there's chestnuts in our stories and traditions and why they're not there anymore.
So, a little history about the American chestnut. The American chestnut once dominated large portions of the eastern United States, from as far north as Maine and southern Ontario, and as far south as northern Georgia, west to Ohio River Valley, and north to Indiana. The trees numbered almost 4 billion, that's billion with a B. Because it was the largest, tallest, and fastest growing tree in the eastern United States, chestnut wood was found everywhere. Rot-resistant and straight-grained, it was suitable for every use. From fence posts and flooring to furniture and caskets to railroad ties and telephone posts. And because it was rot-resistant, there's a good chance you've come across chestnut wood many times in your life. But the chestnuts themselves were also nutritious, dense with calories and rich in vitamin C and antioxidants. So not only were they important for fattening up agricultural livestock, but they were a plentiful source of good nutrition for, well, everyone. It was not uncommon to see stories in the late 19th century, newspapers about railroad cars just overflowing with chestnuts to be sold fresh or roasted in every major American city. And because chestnut ripening coincided nicely with the holiday season, we can find them quickly becoming a holiday treat. And that is how they found their way into all these seasonal and Christmas songs. But why isn't this the case today? Why are we not all eating nutritious chestnuts anymore? Well, everything began to change in the late 1800s with the introduction of a deadly blight from Asia. The American chestnut trees started dying in 1904 after a fungus was introduced by imported Japanese chestnuts. But this is why the history of the American chestnut is a tale of bounty, tragedy, but also ultimately a tale of hope and redemption. The blight cannot kill the underground root system, so new shoots come up all the time. There's yet hope for what seems to be extinct. However, each new sapling always succumbs to the blight. So if the new trees still die, where's the hope and redemption? Well, 12 trees were planted in 1900 in Wisconsin, outside the native range of the American chestnut, in order to try to save the species. There are almost 1,300 there now. But even though their ancestors escaped the initial onslaught, in 1987, even this, the largest stand of American chestnuts left, were found to be infected. But along with other stands, there are a few thousand trees left outside the natural range now. These trees are the greatest hope of scientific study and experiments, with the purpose and goal of someday reintroducing a blight-resistant form of the amazing American chestnut tree. And thank you, Wisconsin.
I think there are many analogies and lessons to be gleaned from that history lesson, if you would. And I think hope and redemption are among some of the greatest. But I know you were not expecting a history lesson, so I'm not going to dive deeper into the analogies and the lessons of hope and redemption that could be gleaned from that. But it is a lot like the Christmas story, if you think about it. And I think that it's so important. That's why I do think it's important to keep telling these stories. And I also think we can keep the memory alive and the conversations alive by singing the songs that remember for us. with their eyes all aglow, will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loading lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
So is that it? You say Merry Christmas and it's over?
No, I mean, we could. I mean, maybe you found that Christmas spirit again. You found a way to bottle it up. Maybe you have enough to gift it to your children or grandchildren. Maybe. But I just don't think it would be right. I don't think our time together tonight would be complete until we take you back to that very first Christmas night. Say goodnight into the little land. Do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little land. Do you see what I see? A star dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite. Send the little lamb to the shepherd boy. Do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy. Do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Send the shepherd boy to the mighty king. Do you know what I know? In your palace, Lord, mighty king. Do you know what I know? The child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Send the king to the people everywhere. Listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. The child, sleeping in the night. He will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. And that song is my favorite guitar arrangement of the entire night, so I hope you enjoyed it too. But do you hear what I hear? A song high above the trees, with a voice as big as the sea. I often wonder, what did that angelic host sound like? What did that first Christmas choir sound like? The one that brought us the idea of peace and hope and joy and light and brightness into the dark world. What did it sound like? Well, I know we've been doing all the singing, but there's absolutely no way we can simulate an entire choir of angels. So for this portion, we're going to invite you to join with us in chorus. And again, the words are on the insert in your program. And if the light is too low or the font is too small, I still know you know the Glorias and you're dying to sing them. I just know it.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strain. In excelsis Deo, shepherds widest to believe, while your joyous strains prolong. What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your heavenly song. In excelsis Deo, in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see, in whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee, Christ the Lord, the newborn King. In excelsis Deo, in excelsis Deo.
Give yourselves a hand. What a beautiful choir. And thank you for singing glory to the newborn King with us. We celebrate Christmas because of the cross. We celebrate the coming of a king as a baby because the next time he comes, it will be on the clouds to bring justice and an end to the suffering for those who know him. We celebrate Christmas because it ushers in the kingdom of God under the rule of the Prince of Peace, of Emmanuel, God with us. And because, in the meantime, as we wait, we have the wonderful counselor. Maybe, just maybe, it is not the magic of Christmas we are actually seeking to recapture each year. Maybe we are instead still searching for the peace that was promised. Because the bells of Christmas do more than announce the fun of the season. They ring to proclaim hope and light and peace into this dark, violent, and seemingly hopeless world. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote the poem, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, actually on Christmas Day in 1863, which was during the Civil War. He was 57 years old. He had raised 6 children as a single parent. He was a widower. And then his oldest child ran off to fight in the Civil War. And that fall, Longfellow was given really bad news. He was told his son had died in battle. It turns out, though, that he hadn't died, and instead that Christmas day in 1863, Longfellow was caring for his paralyzed son. And I think, the boy did miraculously recover, but he was almost killed, thought to be killed, and then paralyzed, at least temporarily, as the country, our country, fought a war against itself. And I think Longfellow wrote the poem seeking to capture the dynamic he was living in that moment, and to express the dissonance in his own heart and in the world around him. Longfellow heard the bells that Christmas day. He heard the songs proclaiming peace on earth. But much like today, instead of peace and hope, he saw a world of injustice and violence that seemed to mock the very idea of peace. Even though it's on that day we traditionally and tenaciously try to hold on to peace and joy and hope. But maybe you, like me, can identify with those words today. We may be at war in the world, or as I tend to say, the world might just be on fire. We might be at war in the world. We might be at war in our families. We might be at war within ourselves. But this is the time of year we seek out joy and peace and hope in the midst of all of it. In fact, that's what tonight was about for me. That's why it's all about me, because that's what I'm doing. I'm seeking it out. And that's why I rope my wonderful husband into these things against his very nature and probably against his better judgment, because it really is, for me, the most wonderful time of the year. And I hope you all tasted of it tonight too. As the train we embarked on earlier this evening makes its return trip and now approaches Reality Station, first of all, be happy we took a train, because The traffic this time of year is terrific. And that doesn't mean great or excellent. I mean, it has the same root word as terrible and terrifying. So be glad we took a train because the traffic this time of year is terrific. But don't worry, we're not going to abruptly kick you off the train before it comes to a complete stop. We want to ease you back into reality with the reminder that home is where the heart is. And coupled with that, and because of it, there really is no place like home for the holidays. I do hope you find yourself home for the holidays with those you love. And no matter what is going on in the world or in your personal life or this resort, no matter what, as you disembark tonight, let your heart be light. Find joy in the goodwill of others. And if you cannot find light in the darkness, be the light in this dark world.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the Lord allows. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Thank you, dear friends, and Merry Christmas.
Before you leave, let's sing happy birthday to Dorothy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dorothy. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, thank you. You do not have to run off. We don't have birthday cake, but there are a few leftover cookies and some coffee and hot chocolate available. Sit around, enjoy time with the people you like, and celebrate the magic and the peace and the joy and the hope of the season.